Hey guys, Erito here. Welcome to another LMU video. We are once again at Spa, this time in the GTE class. I know, I've raced here a lot. I really like this track. So let's do it again. I decided to start from the pits again because I really like fighting through the back. I get a lot more racing with people that way. I made some changes to the recording and I made a hand reveal, aka I have a camera. So I hope you enjoy and let's get started. Alright, here we are. Let's start this race from the back. This car for some reason really bogs down at the start, so I lost a bit of time there, but doesn't matter. Just having fun here. And as you can see, this is my new, well, it's not actually new, I've used it before, but it is the layout I'm going to use for racing from now on. And yeah, I hope you enjoy now having my webcam. I just bought a HubSpot Tiny SE, I think that's the name. It's the one that doesn't the gimbal because it's much cheaper, and it has good enough quality for what I need. I don't need to spend a ton of money on a big camera. I let this guy pass. I thought they were gonna be faster, so we'll see what they can do. And with this layout, I can do a bit more stuff with it. So, for example, when I switch to the replay, I can actually cut just the part of the gameplay to put in the little mini box that you're gonna see right now. Just showing you an example of that. Not an actual replay, but just a mini box. And that mini box won't have any overlays obstructing most of the gameplay because, you know, it's already a small box, you don't need it obstructed. And for the gameplay, I prefer this because you can see a bit more of my side monitors. I did some stretching and some trickery to allow you to see as much as possible without making the main gameplay too small. And that also allows me to put the overlays below the gameplay so it's not obstructing anything. Because there's one thing I don't like is having the whole view full of overlays everywhere. Like you see in my actual monitor, I have the relative in the corner, then my custom dash on the other corner that I'm actually just making. Is the first proper test of that dash. The reason I want that dash is just so I don't have to use the car's dash that's on the wheel or on the dash itself, because sometimes I want to actually adjust the camera to be a bit more realistic, I guess, and sometimes that cuts off parts of the dash, and that solves that problem basically. I still need to add a bunch of info, like I need to see if I can add the car damage indicator for when I'm playing LMU, because iRacing doesn't tell you that, doesn't give that information through the API. I'll have to see if LMU does. And then there's the camera, the track map, the relative, my inputs, and yeah, you can actually see where the LMU UI actually is, so that I can actually change settings. I put it on the side so it's not. There's two options. There's a wide option that puts it around the middle of my side screen. Then there's one that puts it all the way on the corner, but that's a bit too far for me to look. and change settings while driving, because you probably should look in front of you. I would advise you do that, please. But yeah, I really like this layout. Let me know what you think of this. I do have my tire overlay right in the corner of my right monitor, and I left it just there because, well, that's where it is on my actual screen. And for the side screens, I'm doing a display capture, while the main center screen is just for it's game capture. So any overlays that I have on my actual screen, you will see there. That's why I didn't actually add a separate overlay somewhere. I still need to add the fuel overlay. I might make my own. I don't like the one in Tiny Pedal. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, I don't have the standings overlay because I mean, do you really need it? You can see the most important information on the relative, so I don't think standings are too important. Even I on iRacing sometimes turn off most of the information while I'm racing. I leave it on for quali and practice, but I don't turn it off in the race, so I don't get too focused on data instead of driving, and that's helped a bit. So yeah, that's how I set up everything. There is a gap between each of the screens, you can see, because that's pretty much what I have for my bezels. I tried to approximate it about what my bezels are, so you don't see any weird themes. It kind of looks more continuous. Yeah. Also, I'm just noticing now that the temperature is not reporting correctly. I swear that was working before. I'll have to check that. Maybe I have to do some other code that's specific to LMU, because I know that works in iRacing. That's what I tested. I made the virtual energy automatically show properly. There's a battery right on the most far corner of the dash. This car doesn't have, so it shows empty. And yeah, also let me know if you want me to make like a full custom dash in that theme for like your wheel dashes, or if you use an old phone as a dash. Let me know if you want that, because I like working on that kind of stuff. And I have been learning and touching a bit more on programming again. But yeah, we're now at the back of the queue, and that Aston that's ahead of us, in front of this Porsche, that guy is one of those people that likes to flash at people to get past or to distract them. I find that so annoying. And near the end of the race, we will have battle with them. You'll see that. And you will see who ends up on top. So I think that's about it for all the updates that I have. I do plan on streaming at some point, because the weather is finally cooling off a little bit. I can actually survive with just the fan at the first level without absolutely melting myself. This guy had one of the best saves I've ever seen. I told him after the race, they were like, yeah, my heart dropped. Yeah, I think he later lets me past, because I was starting to get pace. That's usually how I go. I drop off at the start of the race, And then as the race goes on, my pace comes back and I start to hit on the back of people again. I don't know why I'm like this, because I try to practice every time before a race, so I'm ready, and it still happens. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just too scared of crashing and I end up going too slow. I assume that's what it is. But yeah, that's it for the updates. There's a Corvette that spun. There's a freebie. We are now up to P17. We're not gonna get in the top 10 this race because everyone is very fast around here, as it usually goes for Spa. Everyone loves Spa, including me, as you can see by the amount of races at Spa. It's getting a bit spicy up front. Anyways, I will leave you with the race. Hope you enjoyed the battle at the end of the race. And see if I give that guy the medicine he deserves. Hint, hint. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. I don't know what it will be. Maybe a Le Mans race? Probably not, because I don't have much more time left. Do a Le Mans race, the GT3s in LMU before the weekly reset. I still have to look at iRacing if there's anything interesting. And this is where the guy was trying to let me pass and I kind of almost pinned myself. I flashed to thank him. And we're on to Shailene Tanner, which is the Aston Martin I was mentioning earlier. So we're gonna do a bit of catch up for a few laps and then the battle starts. Again, thank you guys for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.